I actually started Rangers Nation when I was 11 years old. So I'm 21 now. So nearly half my life has been dedicated to Rangers Nation. I started as a fan page, obviously. I've been a diehard fan my entire life. And, when I was young, I just wanted to share that passion with a bunch of other people.
David told me about the account and I'm like, damn, like they're posting shit before I'm seeing it on the phone.
Yeah. What is some advice you'd give to anybody else that wants to do something similar to what you're doing?
It's gonna get tough. Like, you're not gonna want to post some days, and it's gonna feel like a job sometimes. But like, if you're passionate about it, then it's a lot easier. If I didn't have the passion for the Rangers, I could have easily quit. But like, since I was doing something I was passionate about, it's very easy to stay consistent. But I think a lot of people just recognize it from the Instagram, so that helps a lot. A lot of people just know Rangers Nation now. I don't want Rangers Nation to turn into this corporate page that only posts like what the Rangers want me to post.
I come in here, it looks professional. Tune into the content.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Discussions, a podcast dedicated to deep diving into individuals just like you. We have a very special guest today. Y'all guys may know him. Y'all guys might not know him, depending on who's watching. But I'm going to go ahead and let David introduce him.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Discussions, the number one podcast in Texas. Special guest today, Jake Dupree. Let's go. So Jake Dupree is the creator of Rangers Nation. So you guys can go look him up. It's not the actual Texas Rangers account. It's another one. I believe it's a fan page, maybe people would say. So he created this fan page. So let's get right into it. I want to we could touch on that a little bit at the beginning. So from what the research I've done, I've seen them say that you started this in either 2011 or when you were 11 or when you were 14. That's what I've heard two different things. So I want to clear that up a little bit. When did you start this? What age and what year?
Yeah, well, first off, I just want to say thank you for having me on. I'm super excited.
Yes, sir.
And I actually started Rangers Nation when I was 11 years old. So I'm 21 now. So nearly half my life has been dedicated to Rangers Nation.
A decade in.
Yeah, a decade in. I started on January 1st.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like the start of the brand new year.
1 second. There we go.
But yeah, it started as a fan page, obviously. I've been a diehard fan my entire life. And, when I was young, I just wanted to share that passion with a bunch of other people. So I made a page, just kind of posted updates here and there. And now it's kind of turned into more of I like to refer to it as a media site for the Rangers now, but yeah, just a big fan community where Ranger fans can congregate and discuss and just meet each other. And I made some crazy connections through it, just meeting other like-minded people.
Yeah, it was cool. I went to some of the World Series games last year, and just the people you were bringing were like actual real diehard fans. Just in section 133, Corey's Corner. Hopefully we can get that. Rangers can get that set up. Corey's Corner and everything like
People's
that.
Perch now.
The People's Perch.
Yeah,
oh, you're right, because even over there they even have it painted
they
there
got
too.
it on the wall. Yeah,
so that's clutch. I could tell that you said that you had seen a bunch of frat guys out there a week before. The following week, you were like, man, that's a good idea. We should try to do the same thing. And when you did that, I was like, yo, he's on to something right here, because it's building that tradition for people to want to go to the games. And like people said, the Yankees already have that tradition of doing the roll call and everything like that. So when you finally did that last year and got the roll call going, I thought that was like the perfect thing for what the Rangers needed in the fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard from tons of the players and coaches, like they feed off that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they have that electric crowd out there, like on a random Tuesday, when they're typically used to just getting, like a couple applause, like that brings them, like that gets them fired up, and that makes them want to play a little bit harder, makes them want to like put on a show for the big crowd out there.
Yeah, I think it's really good too, because like you said, it brings the energy, but I feel like it really shows the players, hey, we're not just here to have a good time. We're here to engage with you guys as well. And it just really ties it all in. You could just feel the energy last year, especially in the playoffs. So before I let Roger go real quick, I wanted to ask you, when did last year, or maybe in the past 2 years, when did the traction really start get going with Rangers Nation?
Well, Rangers Nation, it's 10 years in the running, obviously. I think I might have hit 20K about 2 years in. Okay. And kind of from there, it stagnated a little bit. I think I hit 40K about 2018. And pretty much stagnated from 2018 all the way to 2023. It was a rough stretch for the Rangers, so there really wasn't a ton going on. And then after Corey's Corner and just that playoff run, like that's when everything kind of just boomed.
Yeah.
Now it's at 112K, so started the season at 40, gained almost 72,000 followers since then.
Sheesh.
So, yeah, it really took off just this last year. The World Series run was major. It kind of brought all Rangers fans together in the Metroplex.
Yeah, I feel like your account actually blew up more than the actual Rangers account blew up whenever everything was going on last year with the World Series, which is even insane.
I'd say, yeah, percentage-wise for sure, like double, triple the growth of my account.
Yeah, for sure.
No, with that being said, you know, with 112,000 followers on Instagram, everybody, Instagram handle is at rangers.nation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
At rangers.nation, just so you guys check them out. You know, but yeah, the whole thing about it, how do you feel? Well, what kind of view do you see yourself as part of the Rangers community? Do you feel like you're more of a media personality when it comes to, you know, associating with the Rangers? Or do you feel like you're more of an influencer when it comes to, you know, content creation?
Dude, I just see myself as another diehard fan. Like, there's nothing different about me from just everybody that comes to Section 133. We all love the Rangers, and, like, we're all there for the same reason because we want to cheer them on. So I see myself as just a diehard fan with a following, like, somewhere that, like, I just like creating a community where I can meet other like-minded people and just share that passion. So I don't view myself as, like, higher up or anything. I just think we all share that same love for the Rangers.
You see, I think I like that. The way you rephrase that is because, I mean, like, to be honest with you, you know, most people go on there just for pictures or, oh, I'm at the Rangers game or just trying to show out or just looking like they're having a good time. But, you know, for a diehard fan to other diehard fans, I think you're providing a real valuable service to everybody because, I mean, let's be honest here. Half the people that are watching this don't even follow the Rangers on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. And that's why I think you're doing a really good job with everything you're doing with Ranger Nation and your team because it's a team. But because you're really, people, like I said, I'm more engaged in Rangers Nation than I am with the actual Texas Rangers like official club on Instagram and everything like that. And you can just see the comments. Everybody's going insane. And that's what you want because those are the engagement, the community you're trying to bring, like the actual diehard fans, which is so great.
Yeah, I love hearing like all perspectives and stuff. That's another thing. Like I'm just there to provide a service, basically just to provide the news. And I love hearing like people's opinions. I love debating. I love like hearing what other fans have to say, and just it kind of opens my mind to just all types of discussions.
Yeah. So wait, whenever you were let's go back a little bit in 2022, you were still posting on the account and everything like that?
In 2022, I was pretty it was pretty sparse. Like you know, at times like it does get tough. Like there's times when they're really bad, and like I was getting no engagement. It's just very demotivating. But like I have consistently posted since 2014, whether it was like 2 posts a month or like 5 posts a day, like I'm at now. Like I've been consistent with the account, but there were times where like, you know, it was tough. There weren't many people interested in the Rangers. I was getting 100 likes a post with 40,000 followers. Like I was posting, but like there's rough stretches for sure.
Yeah, so let's take it back a little bit. So I know you said you live out there in McKinney. So did you grow up like in the suburbs or like the country? How was it for you growing up?
Yeah, just the suburbs in McKinney. Like pretty dense area, pretty big high school. Like went to McKinney Boyd High School with 4,000 students. So
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, big area.
That's a lot of people. 4,000 students. So what year did you graduate?
2021.
2021. And then do you play baseball? You play sports?
Yeah, I'm currently in college. I just finished up my junior college career playing baseball. I play center field. And now I'm working on finding that 4-year home for next year. Okay,
for next year. So what school do you currently go to for college?
SAU Tech, Southern Arkansas University Tech.
So how far is the drive, or do you fly out there?
I drive out there. It's about 4 hours.
4 hours? So how was it coming back from school right now and everything like
that? It's nice. I'm glad to be home.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm glad to be back in a densely populated area.
Yeah, what you call it? With you going to school and, you know, let's go ahead and touch on that. You're playing baseball. You're taking college level courses. How do you find the time to manage between, you know, being I guess let's just go ahead and say for what it is, a content creator for the Rangers and, you know, having grades good enough to continue to allow you to play baseball in college?
Yeah, it's extremely tough, and especially like making Ranger centered content. If I'm not able to be at the games and be on my phone at all times because I have games, practices, school. Like it's hard to keep up with the news, but I have a great team. It's like they help me come up with posts. I have a great graphic designer that's always on hand. I have a lot of people that help me a lot that make the process a lot easier, and I kind of just go on my phone and see the content's already made, and I'm able to post it.
So as far as the whole team goes, how many people are in your team?
4 people right now.
And everybody has specialized tasks that they have to do, or how has that played out?
Yeah, so one guy, he's been with me since the beginning of the season. He's been doing just graphics, like the pregame posts, final scores, and then like kind of like the news stuff I'll handle. I'm able to like edit, Photoshop, just templates. And I have another guy that I'm bringing on right now that's he's starting to help me with the Twitter, kind of run that thing, edit templates for me. And then another guy, we have a website in the works right now, and he's going to be like the main publisher for that.
So aside from the Instagram and the up-and-coming website and the Twitter that you're barely bringing up, is there any other places they can find you at?
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and just Instagram right now.
Okay, so you would say that your Instagram is the biggest one?
Instagram's the biggest for sure. And then Twitter, we started posting consistently about 2 months ago. We're at like 5,000 followers.
That's crazy. 5,000 followers in 2 months?
That's quick.
So trying to grow that up. I think a lot of people just recognize it from the Instagram, so that helps a lot. A lot of people just know Rangers Nation now.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're probably on their phone and they're just like, oh, wait. People you may know, Rangers.nation. Yeah, and they're like, there we go. Boom, right on X.
Follow them up.
Yeah, so aside from the whole team aspect, what part do you play in the whole conglomerate of group of people that, participate in making the account?
Really just all the posts are my ideas. Like it runs by me. Pretty much like if I have an idea for a post, I'll be like, hey, like we need to make this post on. And then like I'm actually managing all the accounts. Everything that's posted is posted through me. So there's nothing that ever gets posted that like I'm not physically posting.
Gotcha. And then one more with that topic in mind. I just had it too. But how long did it take you to get streamlined as far as being a content creator and constantly posting? Because, personally on my end, I'm like, okay, I got to try this out. Okay, what works best? What's going to save me the most time? Aside from you finding that help, how far along did it take you to get, to where you're at, where it's just click and paste?
Man, honestly, it's second nature to me now, since pretty much half my life has been dedicated to doing Rangers Nation starting at 11. Like, it kind of just feels like it's just a part of my life. Like, every day, like, I'm checking my phone, like, seeing if there's any Rangers news to post, seeing if there's any interesting storylines that I can make a post about, and, like, it's kind of just second nature at this point.
Yeah, since you were 11, so the internet was completely different there. You had less tools to use than Instagram back then than now. So with that being said, do you find it was easier doing it back when you were like 11 or 12 on like the really, really old Instagram, or is it easier now with all this other stuff they added on?
I think it's a lot easier now because, the following's larger. It's really easy to stay motivated when I have a ton of people that are always engaging, and like I feel like I have the obligation of posting almost at this point. Like if I don't want to let people down, and I want to keep people informed. So I'd say it's definitely easier. And back then, like I don't even think the term influencer existed. There wasn't even such a thing. So like now it's a lot easier, like working with brands and like getting partnerships, like that stuff's pretty cool and keeps me motivated as well.
Speaking of working with brands, I saw that you had your logo on the PFC mat. Let's touch on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was pretty mad. So the mat was supposedly stolen before the fight. So we actually didn't have the logo on the mat for that fight. They said they're gonna get it on for the next fight, but we had our logo like on the card, and we got to hook up with some tickets and stuff. But I was pretty pissed. The logo was supposed to be on the mat, and I guess it got stolen or something.
Yeah. So they say.
So whatever. Yeah.
But how did you get it on the mat? Did you have to let's be real, did you have to put down some money to get it on there for sponsorship, or what's up with that?
They reached out to me and they wanted to just do some ads on my account. They wanted to work together. So I didn't have to pay anything. They paid me and offered to put my logo on the mat. So I did end up making out a little. I made out all right with the money they paid me, but I thought it'd be cool to have the logo on the mat as well.
At least you got the screenshot, am I right?
Yeah.
No, that's super cool. Just having your logo on the mat. People don't even realize the psychologic that does. The psychologically, or I don't even know how you say that word, but like how that transpires everything, because you see it online and then you see it while you're watching a fight. You're like, yo, I've seen that before. Where did I see that before? You're scrolling again. You're like, that's where I've seen it. I've seen it on Rangers Nation. You're like, oh, they must be sponsored by it. So how did that all come apart? You said that, like, did you meet somebody and they were like, hey, I'm part of them and we want to do some work with you, or they like DM'd you and then it just went off after that?
Yeah, they just sent me an email. They're like, hey, we love Rangers Nation. He's a big diehard Rangers fan, Wes from PFC.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'd love to work something out. Like, that looks awesome.
So did you end up going to the event this past couple days?
I did.
You did go to that one?
It was awesome. I've never been to something like that, and it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, where was it at?
It was in Deep Ellum.
Oh, it was in Deep Ellum. Yeah. So was it like real nice and knit, like real like compact, or was it like everybody kind of had some space?
It was like it's like a concert venue, and they just threw a ring in the middle, and there's like balcony seating. That's where we were sitting. So like, we had a pretty nice view from like the top, and then there's like seatings around the cage as well.
Yeah, that's real cool. Like, I guess the next level up, but above that would be like the UFC, right? Get into that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or anything like that.
Hopefully we can scale up and do that at some point.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. So are there any companies, I guess, locally that you would maybe want to like do some work with for like with sponsorships?
Right now we're doing stuff with like Texas Live, the bar right outside Globe Life Field. And then, you know, like, I'm open to all opportunities. Like, I'd love working with cool brands, and like if we can get some sweet deals for Rangers fans, stuff like that. Like, I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think a cool idea, I just thought of this right now, is like, I believe, what is it called? True Brand? The Dallas that has the Dallas upside down. If you could do one like that with Rangers Nation upside down, or anything like a collab like that, that would be fire.
Yeah, and I have talked to them a little bit actually about that.
Yeah, so that would be cool.
It's funny you say that. But do you know Triple D?
Yeah, the Triple D. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've talked to them too, and like we've been talking about maybe doing a collab as well.
Yeah, you can go Triple D to Triple T.
Yeah,
or something
there
like that. Anything like that. You can switch it up however you need to switch it up. So whenever last year, how was it for you, or how did they even talk to you, come in contact with you for throwing out the first pitch last year?
Yeah, so after Corey's Corner and that stuff just blew up, the Rangers reached out. They sent me a text. I'm not sure. They might have got my number through Emily Jones, because I met her that night. And
yeah, Emily Jones.
We developed like a pretty good connection. So the Rangers reached out. They're like, hey, we love what you and Cowboy 2K. I don't know if you'll know. Do you know Caden Fouch?
No.
So Caden actually, he had the idea for 133. He posted on TikTok. He's got like 40,000 followers on there. And then that's when we came together. I was like, that's a sick idea. Like, I'm going to promote this as well in Rangers Nation.
Yeah.
So credit goes to him for like the idea of Section 133.
Mm-hmm.
But we worked together to promote it. And, you know, like, obviously it blew up and it's awesome. So they reached out to me and Caden. And together we got to throw out the first pitch. And the Rangers have been great. They've been helping us like along the whole process. Like, they've taken our input a lot on a lot of stuff. And like, they've helped Section 133 kind of turn into what it is now.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually, today when we go to this game, it's a theme night game. So they have a specific tickets you have to buy for this theme night to get the item.
Right.
So I feel like if you did a collaboration with them on a theme night, then you could have your own True Brand Rangers Nation hat for a theme night maybe next year or something like that. That'd be really cool. Like you're saying, they take your input in, so that maybe that's a cool idea for next year to, you know, it's still promoting the Rangers regardless, because no offense to the Rangers, but I feel like Rangers Nation is a bigger account than the actual Rangers one, even though I think the actual Rangers one has like 1 million.
Yeah.
But I feel like you just have way more of a engaged fan base. And that's what it takes to just keep on building the brand of the Texas Rangers and everything like that.
No, Rangers, if you're listening to that,
they need to take. Yeah, they need to listen. They need to listen. Hey, I'm a season ticket holder. I'm trying to give you guys some more game right now.
I'll have to relay that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So how long did it take you for you to get all this traction going with the Rangers? Yes, you're making the content and posting and whatnot, but how long did it take for them to be like, okay, I'm noticing this guy. All of his work is paying off, so let's go and reach out to him.
Dude, like, you know, like I've ran the account for 10 years and they just reached out this last year. So 9 years in the making, like I've reached out multiple times to them, like trying to get an internship, you know, like maybe work in like some sort of front office position, but never heard anything back. But with the account really blowing up, that helped a ton. Section 133, obviously, like that was like probably the main instigator of that. So pretty much the entire time running the account, I did it thanklessly without any recognition from them, and it's really cool they finally like acknowledge that.
I like that you say that because it takes a long time for something someone's making just to like blow up organically, but to be, consistent and passionate about that kind of stuff. It's like, dude, 9 years is a long time. Most people would have given up by then, but back to what you were saying earlier, being a diehard fan, you were doing it for the passion. You weren't doing it for like monetary gain the whole time, but just to have that opportunity was like, it's probably that one thing that was like, okay, now I can take this to the next level. Speaking of next level, I noticed that you're posting a lot of merch online. And how does that work out? Because one, Rangers logo, whatnot, copyright infringement, all that stuff. And I guess you'll touch up on that, but how are you able to get all these merchandise put out?
Yeah, so with this shirt, actually, if the camera can see it, like, it's the Rangers World Series ring, but it has my logo on the front.
And where can people find that shirt at?
That's on rangers-nation.com.
Yeah,
So,
we'll plug that in, guys.
Yeah.
That'll be in the bio. You'll be able to click the link and go and purchase the shirt right then and there.
Awesome, appreciate that. But yeah, like I'm kind of operating in the gray area a little bit, like taking off their logo. And then like World Series itself is actually trademarked, so you kind of have to use some like different wording, Fall Classic Champions. But all of my designs and stuff like that, I've sent to my connections at the Rangers and kind of had them proof it first as well, just to make sure don't run into any problems there. And like I just got the go ahead from them. So.
And how long did it take for you to get monetized off your Instagram? Because if I'm not mistaken, you can't make money off of Instagram. You have to actually sell stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, Instagram itself as a platform doesn't pay you, but like through sponsorships and merchandise, like that's the main ways to make money. So I would make money like every here and there, maybe like $500 a year, something like that. Like for the past 5-6 years, once I gained a decent following, but that was just like advertising, stuff like that. But now like with merchandise, like that's probably been my best stream of income so far. Same with like affiliate links, just selling merchandise for the Rangers, like through a commission-based link.
Okay. And so do they typically say, okay, let's say the Rangers, for example, they say, hey, you have to sell our merch, if you want to continue to sell yours, or is it just you have your own website for your own merch? And also too, with those affiliate links, are those affiliate links related to your merch or the actual MLB merch?
Yeah, so my affiliate links, those are just like MLB shop merch. So like if you want to buy a Texas Rangers jersey from Rangers.com, if you buy it through my link, I'll get like a 10% commission for that. So that's why you'll see me promoting like shirts, jerseys, like new releases, stuff like that, because there's a little bit of an incentive there. But for my merch, it's completely through me. Like nothing that I sell, like they don't get a piece of that or anything. Like I actually had a different logo before. You can see it on my shoe. But,
okay. I recognize that one.
Yeah, so it resembles their old logo. I had this for the first like 8 years of my account. But the Rangers, they told me, they're like, hey, like if you want to start monetizing, like you do have to change your logo. So I actually had this one done a few months ago, and I really like it. I think it's a better upgrade.
Is that the Texas State with the RN in the middle with a hat?
Yeah, it's just the Texas State. It uses the same RN for my old logo, and then a little cowboy hat.
I guess the only difference between that one and the one on your shoe is the circle, right?
Yeah, the circle in the state. So
dang, I wish people could see that.
Yeah, y'all don't even know, but the shoes are fire. The shoes are fire.
I'll show them.
Yeah,
boom.
This is promotion for Nike too. Nike need to sponsor us.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. You get some of those dry fits, man. You're going crazy.
Shout out VB Custom. That's who made these shoes. He's selling them.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and plug him in at the bottom too. That way you can get you some custom Air Force Ones.
Or any kind of custom.
Yeah, anything.
Nah, go ahead.
So I wanted to touch on a little bit. I know you're going to college, but so what are you studying in college that can maybe translate to help you with Rangers Nation?
I'm just doing general business. I'm just business minded, entrepreneurial, and I really don't plan to go like the corporate route. I kind of do want to do my own thing, but yeah, just business.
Okay, so what are three hard things or challenges you've had to overcome while building Rangers Nation?
I'm gonna say the first one is just the persistence. Like, it got really rough. There's really tough seasons from 2014 to now. And, you know, the Rangers' performance directly correlates with your engagement, like your people interacting with you. So, like, when the Rangers were losing 95 games, nobody was on Rangers Nation. Nobody cared besides the diehards.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, it was tough to stay consistent. But because I love the Rangers, like, I was able to stick through it and just, I have that passion. You mentioned it earlier, like, just having the passion. Like, if I didn't have the passion for the Rangers, I could have easily quit. But, like, since I was doing something I was passionate about, it's very easy to stay consistent. So that was one of my big challenges. Another one is just something we just touched on. But when I had to do a logo rebrand, at one point I was told I couldn't even keep the name Rangers Nation.
That's
like,
crazy.
I had to change Rangers Nation, change my logo. But we were able to settle and be like, okay, like, I'll change my logo. Like, we'll keep both parties happy, and, like, I won't use y'all's logos to make any money. So that was another big challenge. And then the third is just finding time, like playing baseball, being in school. Like, it's hard to make time. But, you know, like, for something I'm passionate about, like, I always find a way.
Here's a real good question, and you can be honest. At the beginning of last year, did you have any inclination that the Rangers would go on to win the World Series?
None. I think somebody would be lying if they said that they thought the Rangers were going to win World Series last year.
Maybe a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like, there's some delusional fans, and it's good to be delusional, but, like, I consider myself to be pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Like, I did think the Rangers would make a case for the AL West. Like, you can go back on my account and see, like, you know, like, I think the Rangers can be a second place team, potentially first place. And, like, you see that post at the beginning of the season, but I would be lying if I said I thought they were going to win the World Series.
So when did you, I guess, have a thought process that, hey, they could do something this year besides just win, you know, first or second place? When did you say, okay, they got a real good shot to maybe make a run like last year? When was it?
You know, they just started so hot, and they had like 5 or 6 5 starters, like set an AL record. Like, I was like, okay, like, this team is legit.
Yeah.
They've got a shot to win this division. And then they kind of fell off. Like,
they took that bad run.
It was
15, 16 games they lost in a row. I was like, oh my gosh. But the idea of you being able to lose that many games and still be in the hunt, I'm talking about they lost like 16 games in a row. It wasn't like a win, lose. No, they lost 16 games in a row. And you're thinking like, yo, how are they even still like at the top of the whole AL West right now, which is insane.
Yeah.
I think for me, where I realized the Rangers had a chance to win the World Series, and my family knows, I before the playoffs started, I was like, I think the Rangers are going to win it. I could just feel it. The team, the way everything is lining up, the pitchers we got. When we got Montgomery, I feel like that's for me when it was like the flip switched, and I really felt that they could win the World Series last year.
Yeah, Montgomery was a dog. And
man, if we could have re-signed him, that would have been even crazier right now.
Absolutely balled out in the playoffs.
I like this post you posted recently too, where you said the Rangers got the most guys on the AL list, which is the injured reserve. I don't know if you guys know that. So the Rangers have the most guys on the injured reserve list, and they're still one of the top teams in their division, which is crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Rangers are insanely beat up, and they're still half a game back for the division.
Crazy.
Like, you can't be mad. There's a ton of Rangers fans that are, I know they just got swept by the worst team in baseball, the Rockies, but, you know, like, we can't be mad. They have 13 guys in the IL. They're beat up. Like, we have an entire, probably the best rotation in baseball
on the
injured list. I mean, you got DeGrom, you got Scherzer. Like, these are like multi-Cy Young winners.
Yep.
You got other guys like Dane Dunning, Cody Bradford that were huge. You got Tyler Mahle, Eovaldi. I mean, like, these guys, like, that'd be the best rotation in baseball if healthy. For sure. And we're doing this good with the guys that we got. Like, they have the next man up mentality, and I think that's a big reason why they were able to win it last year. Because like when Seager went down to start the year, we had Ezekiel Duran step up, and he balled out, and like it was kind of just like that all year.
So who is your favorite Texas Rangers player?
Man, this is probably, well, actually, it might be a popular answer now, but I really like Jankowski.
I knew he was going to say Jankowski. It's funny because I had told him about this last time. I was like, yo, he really loves Jankowski. It'd be cool to like do something to like give him a Jankowski jersey or a shirt or something like that? Because I remember I had seen you say that last year. You had posted it. You were like, if I could get a jersey from anybody on this team, I'd get Jankowski's jersey. And at the time I was like, I don't know about that one. But now once you've seen the playoffs and then even this year, I could see what you're saying, why you would want and why you like Jankowski. It makes a lot of sense.
And yeah, I like Jankowski a lot because I feel like he knows his role in the team. Like he knows he's not Adolis Garcia. He knows he's not going to hit 30 bombs a year, but he knows that when he gets a shot, he's going to play 100% with his ability.
Yep.
Like the guys like that, they're like the glue guys that like bring everybody together in the clubhouse. Like those guys, like if you have a team of 25 guys like that like they know they're not going to play every day, but like when they do play, they're going to give it their all. That's what makes the good teams good. And like you saw that when Adolis went down in the World Series.
Yep.
And Jankowski stepped up, and then it goes 2 for 2, his first 2 at bats, and clutch home run on opening day this year, and his pinch hit at bat. Like it just, those are the type of guys that win you championships in my mind.
All right, so to ask, in your personal opinion, because there's plenty of moments from last year, what do you think is the best moment from the playoffs?
Man, I'm gonna go with the obvious choice, and that's Corey Seager's first game 1 home run.
I would have went with the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought you might have said whenever Spore struck out what's his name to win it and everything like that. But I just love it too. Could tie with 1 game. High drive. It's tied, bro. I can't get it out of my head, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was out there standing right behind section 133 for that. So like, that was the most electric I've ever seen Globe Life Field. I mean, that's the most electric I've ever seen any stadium ever.
Insane.
Like
I was there that day. Insane was the crowd.
Truly, like I get chills thinking about it, like reliving that moment again. Like that was just crazy. And it was like you almost knew it was gonna happen. Like
you know it's gonna happen, but you really don't believe it because you're just like, is this really gonna happen right now?
You got Corey Seager up there. He can tie with 1 swing. Like you know it's happening. Like he's a dog.
Exactly. What's crazy too is because when you're in person, you're not listening to the commentary from the TV, and the TV is like so spot on with the whole scenario. Corey Seager's been on a tear. He could tie with 1 swing, and then he does it like a split second later. It's like, how do you even write this up in history to make it up to be the perfect scenario for that to even happen?
Yeah.
Insane.
That's the greatest home run in Rangers history, and I think it will be for a long time. Like that set the tone. That's the first ever Rangers World Series game in the new ballpark.
Yeah.
So like that just set the tone for the entire series. It's
and
like,
then a walk-off.
We're not going to give up. Yeah, like we're not going to give up. We're going to like make this as hard as possible for you guys, and that's what they did. They just stomped on the D-backs.
Yeah, that I love the whole thing. And it's even now as a Rangers fan, I tell my dad this all the time. I just still can't believe we won it. Cause like it's just like I was there from like all the home games, and I just still can't believe that we won it. Even now, I tell everybody now, y'all don't even know, I'm gonna call it again. Stars and Mavericks are gonna win their championships this year. And when they do, and I'm saying it now, I'm just not going to feel it. I'm not going to feel it until they do it. And even when they do it, I'm probably still not going to feel it because it's just like, it's a surreal moment, something you can see, you can envision. You're not even playing. We're just fans.
Right.
And to see it and see what's going to happen, and you're calling it and you want it to happen, but then it actually happens, it's a whole nother level of excitement and of everything like that. So for you, what has been the biggest takeaway you can take away from creating Rangers Nation?
Honestly, just it's taught me perseverance. It's taught me like if I'm passionate about something, stick with it because you will be rewarded with the fruits of your labor. Like I went a long time like without pretty much just thanklessly doing it, making posts, but it's something that I'm very passionate about and something I kept with, and now I'm kind of reaping the rewards of that. So biggest takeaway, find something that you're passionate about, stick with it, and you will reap the rewards.
I like that.
As far as being a content creator and playing baseball in school and going to college and whatnot, what other stuff does Jake Dupree like to do outside of this little realm of baseball?
Dude, I love hustling. Like I've been entrepreneurial my entire life. Middle school started with like selling candy at school, kind of scaled up from there, like doing just kind of odd jobs, mowing lawns in the summers, mulching. Up until last year, I had a couch flipping business where I'd buy couches off Facebook, fix them up a little bit, resell them. And I even started working with manufacturers to like buy couches in bulk and resell them. So kind of just, I love hustling. I love making money, and that's kind of what I'm trying to combine with Rangers Nation. Two things I'm passionate about: the Rangers and hustling and building up a brand. So that's kind of what I'm trying to start doing with the merch and all that kind of stuff.
So where did the love of hustling come from? Yeah, you're saying you're selling chips at school and whatnot, but was there somebody in your corner or somebody that you looked up to when you were a kid and you're like, yeah, maybe I should start making some money? Because not a lot of 9, 10, 11-year-olds are thinking, damn, I need to get some money. These kids over here asking their parents to give them some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where did the mentality come from?
It came from my dad. I take a lot of inspiration from him. He's always just been a grinder, and like he's always got a cool little side hustle going. So I took a lot of inspiration from him because I really respected his hustle and his work ethic.
And if you don't mind me asking, are your parents both together?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just, agree or not, but do you feel like your two parents being in the same household was able to provide you that kind of, motivation to do what you're doing now, coming from an early age of, hustling chips and stuff at school?
Yeah, absolutely. My parents are super supportive, and, I love both my parents. They've helped me a ton along the way, and pretty much any endeavor I go down, like they want to be a part of it and they want to support it. So that they've helped substantially.
So what is maybe one thing your dad told you at a very young age, aside from get you some money, son?
Man, it's tough. He wasn't really even like pressuring me to get money, but I kind of just took inspiration from him because he's always been a hustler. But he's always taught me to do something I love. Like he worked a corporate job and he didn't love it, so like he dreaded going to work, and now he's finally strayed away from that. Like he's able to start his own business. So I learned from him that like stick with something I love, because if you do something you love, you won't even be working. Like it just, you'll never work a day in your life if you're doing something you're passionate about. So that's probably the biggest takeaway I took from him.
Yeah, I love that. That is so true. If you love doing what you do, it's not even work. You're just like showing up every single day. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna go do what I normally do, and then wait, I just got paid. Yeah, like that's amazing. That's the best feeling in the world. Like eventually, we would love to get to that point with this whole podcast and everything like that, but everything takes time. Put the persistence in. 9 years though, I don't know, man. I don't know, Raj. You got 9 years in you? I'm just playing. That's a long time. Hey, so since you're 21 now, where would you see yourself or envision yourself by the time you're 25?
25. I think by then, hopefully we'll be either working with the organization or in some way just partnership with them. Hopefully like Rangers Nation is a much larger media presence by then, more established website, able to actually go to the games and kind of get like boots on the ground, like behind the scenes footage, kind of how your traditional media goes. That would be an ideal situation for Rangers Nation.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if you could do a bunch of behind the scenes, maybe pre-game like interviews or something like that to post on the social media page, because I don't see any of that kind of stuff. Even on the Rangers page, I don't see no kind of stuff like that. So if you did something like that, I think that would just bring the community a lot more engagement, because they feel like they're there with the players and stuff like that. Like I'd seen this video the other day, I think you did post it, where a kid asked Nathaniel Love, no, I think it was John Boy Media. Kid asked
was it for the batting gloves?
Yeah, for the batting gloves.
That was me, yeah.
Oh, okay, it was you. Then he was like, no, what am I gonna use? Or whatever. That kind of stuff is like what makes us want to watch more of the Rangers, like just seeing their personalities, getting more of an inside look. We don't get to see all that kind of stuff. So if you could somehow talk to Rangers, talk to them, and they get Jake Dupree in there, it would probably bust it to a whole new level, media-wise as well, at least.
Yeah, and that's something that I've been trying to do for a while, and I've really been working on, because, like, if you just follow the Rangers, it's very corporate-y. Like, it's like everything that you see is, it's manufactured, but people want to see that genuine, the genuine personalities of the players. They want to see, like, behind the scenes. They want to see the culture of the fans and all that stuff. And that's kind of the community that we're trying to build.
Yeah, I like that. So when you go to a Rangers game, right, and you're in section 133 or anywhere, how do you start the roll call?
That just starts in the first inning. It's just usually Caden starts it, Cowboy 2K, but he'll just yell out, "Let's get this roll call started." And then they'll start, going around the horn, just yelling people's names, starting with Adolis.
Okay, so like say we're gonna start it. Do you like stand up and then talk to the crowd around you and say, "Hey, everybody, we're gonna do the roll call," or like how do y'all do that?
Yeah, just hey, let's get this roll call started. Just stand up and yell it out, and then everybody starts clapping, gets on board, and then L bomb B, L bomb B.
Yeah, and then you get it going.
And then we'll go around the horn.
I think that's I know the Yankees did this and they've done it for so long, but that's such a cool thing to bring to the Rangers because I don't think no other fan base in Dallas has that kind of interaction or what could you say, a legacy of something like that. There's nothing like that in Dallas. So the Rangers being able to do that and maintain it would be insane. Because I know the games that you don't go to, because like I go to some of the games and I know you're not there, but there is no roll call. And I don't like that because I'm like, yo, this is what makes it exciting. If we can get the whole stadium doing this at the beginning of a game, now that's on a whole nother level of fandom.
Yeah, I think it's super cool, like starting a tradition in a new ballpark because 2023 was like the first year they're actually good in the ballpark, and that was coincidentally the first year of Section 133.
Yeah.
So like, I think they play off that energy. Like people started coming to games even when I wasn't there, even when Caden wasn't there, and people were getting hype. Like people notice it in Section 133 now. They know to be loud. It's like you kind of have that obligation now if you sit in Section 133.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty cool on the Rangers website. Like if you try to buy tickets in 133, there's like a little disclaimer. It's like you understand that like you will be like you need to be loud. You may get a beer snake dumped on you. Like you need to be rowdy. Like you have the obligation of being hype out here. So now like it's set that tone for the rest of the stadium, and like hopefully a few years down the road, it's not just Section 133, it's 132, 131. It's that entire right field section. It's the entire stadium.
Yeah, I feel like that's where it's going to start. 133, 132, 131, and just get that whole right side. And eventually it might start coming back down first base side and everything like that. Hopefully it does. Like we're going to go to a game today. We're going to go to a game today, guys. So guarantee we're going to have to start the roll call.
We'll bring the energy.
Yeah, no. Roger's not going to be able to go. But we're going to be able to go, and we're going to have to get the roll call going. That's going to be something that's cool. And you're going to have to post that too, because this is the first time I'm going to be there able to do the roll call with you. Because the other times, last year I was sitting in section, I think it was 125. So I was down the first base line, and I would remember seeing it. I was like, oh, this is a game that they're going to be at. In 133, I was like, I would tell my dad all the time, I'm like, wait till they get this started out there in right field. That's awesome. It was just so cool, bro, because I would be like, look, you can hear them getting it started. You could just hear them start going from player to player. It's so cool seeing that, man. It's so cool. Because the players, like you said before, we started at the very beginning, the players can just feed off the energy of the crowd, especially when they hit anything on that right field side. It's just like, you could just feel it. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Get a sip of water.
A little water break.
Yeah.
So how often do you go to the Rangers games? Because I know, like I said, I know you've been in college and everything like that. So how often are you able to go to the Rangers games?
Yeah, this year, unfortunately, I've only been able to go to one, but I picked a pretty good one. It was Wyatt Langford's Inside the Park home run.
Oh, man, that was a crazy game.
So, yeah, it was a good game to go to. But now that I'm back home, I plan on going to a ton of them, at least every Friday, because those are like the official Section 133 games.
Oh, okay.
But, like obviously going tonight, I plan on going tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're home for a little bit. I plan to go quite a bit.
So how does that work? So is it, you said Friday is the 133 section days basically, and that's what the Rangers have like started to promote that, or how does that work?
Yeah, so like we talked with the Rangers and we kind of set some dates for what we thought were good games to do the Section 133, and they're hosting that on their website now where they have like a link where you can buy the tickets just for 133. And we decided every Friday home game. So there's 12 games this year that they play on Fridays. And those are like the official games where people know like I'll be there, Caden will be there, and we'll be loud and we'll be crazy.
Okay, gotcha. So that's how it's going to work moving forward and everything like that.
Yeah.
So would you ever say that you could, I know you said you wanted to maybe do a partnership or anything like that. Do you think that you will be able to potentially either work for the Rangers? Would you be open to working with the Rangers as in like you work inside the organization? Yeah,
that's something that I've considered, and it's something that somebody at the Rangers has mentioned. Just one of my connections there, he's like, hey, like after you're done with college, like send me your resume. Basically saying like, we have a position for you. And I think that'd be cool, but also like, I don't want Rangers Nation to turn into this corporate page that only posts like what the Rangers want me to post.
Yeah.
Like I like being expressive of my own opinions, I don't want it to be filtered. I want it to be like my honest takes and like how I feel about it. And I want it to like be the community that it still is. And I feel like if I'm to work for the organization, I sacrifice that. And I'd rather keep the community with like all the people that I know and like they can actually still like respect my opinions, knowing that it's not filtered. It's just straight up my opinion, unfiltered.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about maybe starting a YouTube channel and doing some behind the scenes of when y'all do the Section 133 games?
Yeah, I've looked into doing like all types of social media. I eventually want to expand. It's just kind of workload issues right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've even wanted to start like a podcast like this. I think that'd be awesome to like maybe have on some players, have on some coaches, and just like dive into them, kind of get to know them a little bit better. Because people like knowing like the players' personalities. They like getting to know them a little bit better. So I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool if you could do something like that. Because I know a lot of the, I think that's really why the Rangers were so good last year is because the guys they have are really even kill. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. They're Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, like Jung. They're all just even kill. They're never really up and down. They're just even kill. And I think the only guys that were really getting us up last year was Hedges. And Austin Hedges. And he was getting everybody going and everything like that. And just even just what's his name with he's with Mitch Garver. Even Mitch Garver with the with Creed. Man, I already knew who Creed was, but when they brought the song back around, it just every time you hear the song now, you're just going back to that moment of being at the World Series. You're thinking of the World Series every single time now, just because of how they connected those two together. It's just like the best thing. I even like it too because Josh Jung said he did his research and he was trying to bring back the claw. And I was hoping they were going to bring that back. And they did it a little bit last year, but I was hoping they would bring back the claw, do the claw shirts again, like going back to the 2011 days where it was just like, it was our first time, well, second time at that time, but just being in that environment again, just being able to try to set a new trend for them would have been so great if they could bring back the claw. Maybe that's something you could bring back to the Rangers Nation is just come up with a whole new design of the claw or whatever it is, claw on the back, claw on the front, whatever it is. They're good. You could bring that back for sure.
But I think you'd probably have to go through some trademark stuff with that because I'm pretty sure they own the trademark to that.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. Because even whenever, I remember in 2011, they had the claw on the front and in the back, they would have the hands with the deer antlers and stuff like that. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
We could find some workaround.
Yeah. Instead of, bear claws or any other animal claws, just, something else, I guess.
Yeah.
What you call it? So did you go to the parade?
Oh, yeah. I was there.
Okay, so I was gonna go to the parade, but work and whatnot. But then I saw it on TV, and I'm like, bro, it's kind of lackluster. What are your thoughts on the parade?
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, I wasn't too impressed. They probably didn't. I don't think Rangers fans really expected them to win the World Series, to be honest. So like they didn't really have much time to prepare. But this year, the parade's gonna be a lot better when they win it back to back.
I think they're going to win it back to back. That's my opinion. I think they're going to win it back to back.
So you would say it's probably a good idea that all these people are hurt right now. So later on down the, series, it's like, okay, nah, they're back now. Yeah, guys sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, if you actually people that actually are diehard fans, they know why we're not doing so good right now is because like we talked about, there's 13 guys hurt. And out of those like 13 guys, there's like 8 of the guys that are like main guys that are on the team that we could use. And we're still staying afloat right now. So I think after the All-Star break, we got DeGrom and Scherzer coming back, which I think Scherzer might come back a little early, but we got DeGrom coming back and Eovaldi. So literally going into the playoffs,
Josh Jung,
our guys are going to be as healthy as can be. So I don't know why we wouldn't go back to back. Besides maybe Shohei being with the Dodgers.
Who knows? And they'll be active at the deadline as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think they're gonna probably go get another pitcher, maybe.
Depending on how Scherzer and the other guys look coming off the IL. Probably.
Yeah, and I think you said it was a little lackluster, and it kind of was. But for where I was at, which is out there in, I believe it's right field, everybody was going crazy after the parade. I'm talking about they were climbing the poles of the streetlights and grabbing all of the banners that they had saying World Series. It don't matter who was on the damn banner. They were taking the banners, climbing up. And it's crazy too because the cops were just right there, hands behind their back, just letting everybody do whatever they wanted to do, throwing drinks in the air. It was crazy. I'm talking about all the poles that were in the vicinity. There was like 6 poles, 3 down this street and then 3 more over here. Everybody was climbing up the poles to get them. I'm like, yo, next year if they go back to back, I'm climbing that pole and I'm getting one. Because you got to have something like that from this. You just never know if they're going to go again. When nobody knows anything really. So it's just, you got to enjoy those moments when you can. So if that did happen, I'm climbing the pole.
So let's say the Rangers go back to back. Who are they going against?
Dodgers are looking like a pretty tough team right now.
Yeah, the Dodgers. And I might go with no, they don't got enough pitching, but I was gonna say the Padres. But their lineup is deep.
Yeah.
I might say the Braves. I'm gonna go Braves. Braves Rangers this year.
Yeah.
That's my final prediction.
All right, we'll look at this video in a couple of months and then we'll see who was right.
Watch us be completely wrong and it's like the Diamondbacks again. That would be crazy.
Man, that'd be crazy. But the one good thing is we will not be seeing the Astros in the playoffs.
Oh no, screw the Astros. I thought you were a big Astros fan.
You got me mistaken.
I was just like,
yeah. No, they suck. So
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
They're not even a threat anymore.
Does Houston suck? Houston sucks.
They're horrible.
Yeah, see, I was gonna. That's what I like about your page too, and I like that you brought that up. Is that you want to be honest with it, and I've seen you post on your page. I forget which game it was last week or the week before that, where they just had an abysmal game, and you were like, "Yeah, we played like trash." In the post or something like that, you were like, "We played like garbage" or something like that. And I was like, "That's what we want to see," because that's how we feel as fans. We don't want to see this media. Rangers did not play good today, or Rangers lost 3-0. No, we want to see, we played like garbage. Nobody hit today. Nobody was doing nothing. We had 3 errors, whatever it is. Call out what it is. I know you have to be even kill with a lot of it, but as fans, that's what y'all did. Y'all played like trash today. Whatever it is, that should motivate them to be like, you know what, let's give the fans something good to cheer for.
For sure.
Yeah, I got one more question as it relates to your business endeavors. In 5 years, let's say you build up Rangers Nation to be more of a, independent media company for, baseball. Do you see yourself just doing work with the Rangers only, or do you see yourself going to other teams?
Yeah, that's a great question because I've actually kind of already started brainstorming and thinking that I'd love to do something like this for every single team. And obviously I wouldn't be managing those accounts, but finding passionate fans for every single team and kind of just giving them the foundation and like the ability to build up a page like this for every single team where we have a big, basically like Barstool, but for baseball.
Yeah.
So that's something I've definitely explored. And I think that's a project that, later down the road, like if I get the funding for it, that's something I'd love to do.
Yeah, I think part of it too, maybe the funding, is one hurdle, but also too, another hurdle you probably have to climb over is finding people who are as dedicated as you are. Because you can bring anybody onto a team, but if they're not putting that same amount of work that you are or more, then why are you bringing them on the team for,
Yeah.
So transitioning into that, what are some of the key elements you're looking for as far as somebody to, join that project with you?
Just like you said, somebody that's passionate, like somebody that obviously expresses that passion because it's going to get tough. Like you're not going to want to post some days and, it's going to feel like a job sometimes. But like if you're passionate about it, then it's a lot easier. It makes the workload really easy to handle. So somebody that's just like passionate, dedicated to the team, keeps up with them, those kind of qualities.
So is most of your posting done in real time or do you have some of the automated posts going on Instagram?
Yeah, most of them it's real time unless like I make some content like the day before, I'll schedule it for the next day. That doesn't really matter about time, but like if you're talking like news posts, final scores, like I try to get those out like the second the game ends. Like final pitch, like I'll be ready, like pressing share on the phone, like making sure I get that out like within seconds.
Yeah. So so do you watch it on your phone? Do you watch the Rangers game on your phone, or are you just trying to check up on Twitter and catch updates in real time, or what's your thought process? Because let's say, you're at a restaurant, Rangers are playing, you're like, man, I got to post. So what are some of the avenues you go to get the information in real time?
Yeah. So one thing that I kind of struggle with is like, I have to be on my phone, especially when they're playing, like pretty much at all times. Like I need to be keeping up and, if I'm out doing something, I'll just check in like every 10 minutes or so and just see like if any big plays happen. Twitter is a good outlet for that. Going on Twitter, just most of the highlights we posted on there. So like I've got pretty good at making the post now from doing it for so long. So somebody hits a key home run, I can generate a post for that for like 5 minutes, post it real quick, and then hop back off my phone.
I know. Are most of your templates just saved on your phone as photos or what?
Yeah, I have those saved on my phone, and I also have a few templates on Photoshop, and that's what I brought on a couple interns to help me with. Just edit those, like when I'm out doing stuff, they're able to just quickly whip those up and send them my way.
And all this is done through your phone.
Yes.
That's crazy.
All with our phone. That's the new age of everything.
Yeah, everything. Rangers Nation would be nothing without my phone.
Without his phone. No more Rangers Nation.
Yeah.
So you only have one phone?
I only have one, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's even more crazy.
So,
a lot of people have the two.
Yeah, most people have two. How many gigabytes do you have on your phone? About like 256? Or?
Honestly, I have no idea. I tried to upgrade my iCloud storage though, so obviously not enough.
No, you're paying that $10.99 a month for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of the same predicament I'm in right now with all this other content that we're making. I'm just like, all right, now I got to update my iCloud.
Yeah.
And then after that, because most of the stuff I do is all like, on the computer. So, I mean, every now and then I'll post stuff off the phone. But as far as like everything else goes, because me, like I want to save a bunch of time. So I get all of my YouTube shorts, all of my Instagram reels, all that stuff scheduled throughout the week. So, I can have more time to work on the content. Yeah.
Yeah, to touch on it a little bit, you said start a podcast, and I think that's a really good idea for Rangers Nation. There's already a guy on YouTube. I forget what it's called. Maybe it's Locked On Rangers. I think it is. And that idea where he does his podcast, it's only like, what is it called? Webcam, basically. I think if you could take that idea where y'all could maybe collab and you're promoting him, he's promoting you, or like you said, just make your own Rangers Nation podcast, and each and every day y'all are talking about how y'all can get better, how we can get better, injuries that happen. And then you can bring on guys like, if I can remember his name, is it Chris Bassick or John Bassick that's on for the Rangers every day? Get somebody like that, or even maybe get Michael Young to come on and talk every now and then, whatever. Something like that would be really cool, because I feel like now Rangers would be more even locked in to watch the podcast, because now we're not just seeing the comments where we go. We're actually seeing y'all talk about it. Hey, we had a horrible game yesterday. I don't know why John Gray can't get his stuff together, whatever it is. That would be real cool to just do a daily podcast. Obviously, like you said, not right now, maybe once you finish college and everything like that. But I think that's a really good idea to really take Rangers Nation to a whole nother level of just being not just a media thing, but just more like globally, or even bigger than the United States.
Or just even, maybe, figure out a way to get yourself into a suite and make that your dedicated podcast studio, when you are in town.
That would be great. Like, because they already have the suites that people pay, like sponsorships and stuff like that. Toyota, whoever, Lexus, stuff like that. So what if you had your own suite within the Rangers? It's a yearly, you're still a, what is it called? Season ticket member holder. And that's where you would host the podcast, is inside one of the suites. And then behind, the background is the actual field.
That'd be awesome.
That would be insane. Because even I watch can't even think it. Not 105.3, 105.3 The Fan. Yeah, they do some of their podcasts at the very top in section 300, and you can see the background, but all you can see is the roof. But if you did it inside of a suite and had the field as the background, that'd be even crazier and easier to get the players, because now they can just show up to the stadium, go up to the top, do a quick little podcast, and then go back down and do whatever they got to do for the day before the game. That would actually be a really good idea. I'm not telling you to do it, but that'd be a crazy good idea if like y'all could somehow set that up.
I would love to do that. That's something I want to build up. Like a lot of people, there's some people that know me, like they know what I look like, but like majority of my followers, they don't. They just know the account, they know the logo. So that's something I'd love to do, like do a podcast where like now it's not just like a random account posting stuff. Like there's actually like a person tied to it, and like I feel like that would help a lot with engagement, like building a community. Like people actually, it's more personal this way. So I'd love to do like a podcast, something like that, and like get closer with the fans, closer with the players.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you doing the vlogs, like behind the scenes and stuff like that, is what's gonna give people that engagement to be like, I follow the Rangers, but now I really follow the Rangers, and I'm going to be engaged now because I really like Jake and who Jake is as a person. And it's kind of like somebody said before, is we had Josh on. He was like, you need to start working on your own personal brand. And at this point where you're at, you can start actually working on your personal brand with Rangers Nation. And it's like whenever they see you, they're like, hey, Rangers Nation. Because I remember when I seen you last year at the playoffs game, I was like, hey, you're Rangers Nation. You're like, yeah, I'm Rangers Nation. But that's how we had seen it. But now when you can start building up that portfolio of behind the scenes and people see who you actually look like and who you are, now it's going to take it to a whole nother level of engagement, because now if they see you at the game, they're like, oh, that's Jake. Like, yeah, he's Rangers Nation. And then maybe they'll want to give you some tips or whatever it is. Like, that's really cool, where it's like now the Rangers can see you as an asset and not just competition.
I agree. Yeah. And I love, that's one of my favorite things, like going to the ballpark and meeting people and just talking baseball with them. Like, that's one of the coolest things to like actually be recognized and like get to meet the people that are also behind the screen that I interact with every single day. Like, love doing that.
Like, it'd be even cool to do like some of these interviews with Emily Jones.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. Like, y'all do a quick little interview before every game. What do you think today's going to be outcome? How do you think he's going to pitch? And then it's like 2 or 3 minutes right before the game, like she normally does. Because like if you watch TV and you watch the games, Emily Jones comes on every now and then, like in the middle of the game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you can just throw your key points in and stuff like that. I think it's going to be really cool to see where you go in the next 3 to 5 years with Rangers Nation and how you're going to keep building on top of it and building and building. I think the main thing that's really going to help is if they go back to back.
Oh yeah.
If they go back to back, it's going crazy. City's going up. City's going up crazy.
Yeah. We're climbing poles. We're taking the signs off.
Everything, and we're recording all of it.
We're riding at the parade.
Yeah, we're riding all of it this time. We're gonna be like doing everything, record it all as well. Yeah. But before we wrap this up, I want to tell you thank you so much for making the drive. Thank you for making the time. We've been in contact for months, and I'm glad for you. I'm glad that you stuck to your word and was able to still come on and do the podcast. And because we've had people come on where they say they're going to come on, they don't reply the next time we hit them up or whatever the case is. So I really appreciate you for keeping your word and doing all that and driving out here. I really do appreciate your time.
Of course, I really appreciate y'all willing to invite me on. Like, it's an honor to be on here and talk with you guys. It's great meeting y'all.
No, definitely, man. It's just, like David was saying earlier, like, who's this account? And, always do see the account, but it's finally good to meet the person behind the account. Yeah. Say the least. Because, I didn't start following the account until David told me about the account. And I'm like, damn, like, they're posting shit before I'm seeing it on the phone. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, again, from one content creator to another, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and sharing a little bit of knowledge and, dropping a couple gems out there for those who want to potentially follow in your footsteps, but
yeah. Well, before we wrap this up, I'll give you one more question before we wrap this up. What is some advice you'd give to anybody else that wants to do something similar to what you're doing?
Man, I've touched on it a couple times, but it's the persistence. It's finding what you're passionate about and sticking with it. Like, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to other people that are going to throw, people are going to hate on you for doing it. But like, if you're passionate about it, then like, you're going to stay true to it. You're going to stick with it. You're going to keep going. So find what you're truly passionate about, what your heart desires, and work at it, because nothing comes easy. Like, one of my favorite quotes is from Derek Jeter. He says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Mm-hmm. So like, it sounds so cliche, but like, it's true. Like, work hard, like, find something you're passionate about, and it's not hard to work hard when you're passionate about it.
Yeah. Super easy. Again, everybody, thanks to Jake for coming on. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Direct Discussions. See ya.